Ever wonder why billionaire Warren Buffett pays less in taxes than his secretary? Well, that's just the tip of the iceberg. In 2025, while you're focused on your income tax rate, you're probably bleeding money through dozens of hidden taxes you don't even know about. That's right. You might think you're only paying taxes once a year, but your wallet is secretly getting lighter every single day. Think about it. When Buffett's $500,000 per share Berkshire Hathaway stock goes up, he pays half the tax rate of his own employees. But here's the real kicker. While everyone's debating billionaire tax rates, you are silently paying a whole different set of taxes that never even show up on your tax return. In the next few minutes, let's see how these invisible taxes that are secretly draining your bank account in 2025. And trust me, once you see how much these hidden costs are really costing you, you'll never look at your expenses the same way again. I'm talking about hidden taxes, those sneaky fees and charges that seem to materialize out of thin air, leaving you wondering if you accidentally booked your last vacation through a travel agent who moonlights as a magician. They're like the invisible ninjas of the financial world, silently siphoning away your hard-earned cash. Think about it. That convenient food delivery app you use. It's not just the price of the pad thai and a tip you're forking over. Oh no, my friend. There are service fees, delivery fees, and peak time charges lurking in the digital bushes, ready to pounce on your order like a tiger on an unsuspecting gazelle. And don't even get me started on subscription services. You sign up for a streaming platform to binge watch one specific show about a Tiger King, and suddenly you're paying more than you did for cable. What began as a simple transaction for entertainment has morphed into a financial hostage situation, orchestrated by a bunch of pixels on your screen. But it doesn't stop there, does it? Buckle up, because we're diving deep into the murky world of hidden taxes, where convenience comes at a cost, and the only thing getting a workout is your wallet. Let's face it, we live in a world obsessed with convenience. Need groceries at 2 a.m.? There's an app for that. Want to hail a ride without the awkward human interaction of saying hello to a stranger? There's an app for that too. But here's the catch. Convenience often comes with a hefty and often hidden price tag. Take food delivery apps, for example. Those culinary knights in shining armor, delivering everything from steaming bowls of ramen to lukewarm pizza directly to your doorstep. They seem like a godsend until you reach the checkout page and realize you're suddenly paying 30% more than you would have if you just put on pants and walked to the restaurant yourself. That's because lurking beneath the surface of that user-friendly interface is a complex web of fees and charges, carefully designed to extract maximum profit from your hunger-induced delirium. You've got your service fees, ranging from 10% to a whopping 30% of your order total. Then there are the delivery fees, because apparently, teleporting a burrito across town doesn't come cheap. And don't forget the peak time charges. Oh, you want your tacos delivered at 7 p.m. on a Friday night, like some sort of animal. Prepare to pay a premium for the privilege. These fees, often justified as a way to compensate drivers during busy periods, are really just another way for these companies to squeeze every last penny out of your empty stomach. We live in a digital age, surrounded by the wonders of the internet, where information is readily available at our fingertips and cat videos are just a click away. It's a wonderful time to be alive, unless you value your privacy or financial well-being, that is. Because the truth is, our digital lives are being taxed to within an inch of their non-corporeal existence. Take subscription services, for instance. That streaming service you signed up for to watch one documentary about the mating habits of the Patagonian Mara. Well, congratulations! You're now locked into a monthly payment that's more permanent than a regrettable tattoo. And don't even think about canceling. Those companies guard their subscribers more fiercely than a dragon hoarding its gold. But it's not just streaming services. Oh no, my friend. The digital life tax extends its grubby little fingers into every corner of our online existence. There are digital content fees for ebooks and music, cloud storage maintenance fees for those precious cat photos you can't bear to part with, and device connectivity charges that make you question whether your internet provider is powered by actual hamsters running on tiny wheels. And then there's the whole issue of data collection. These companies are gathering more information about us than the NSA on a caffeine bender, tracking our every click, like, and purchase. They then use this data to target us with personalized ads and manipulate us into spending more money. It's like having a creepy, invisible stalker who also happens to be a very persuasive salesperson. But they're still a criminal. Remember the good old days when a bag of chips was actually a bag of chips, and not just a symphony of disappointment wrapped in crinkly plastic? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to delve into the insidious world of shrinkflation, where products shrink faster than a politician's approval rating after a scandal. It's like that scene in Alice in Wonderland, where she keeps shrinking, but instead of a magical potion, it's corporate greed that's making everything smaller. See, companies are facing a dilemma. Inflation is soaring faster than a pigeon escaping a group of particularly slow tourists, and raising prices outright is about as popular as a root canal at a dentist convention. So, what's a greedy corporation to do? They've hit upon a brilliant solution. Make the product smaller. It's a stroke of genius, really. Consumers are less likely to notice a slightly smaller bag of chips than a price hike, even if it means they're getting less bang for their buck. They call it shrinkflation, but let's be honest, it's just plain old trickery. They're banking on us being too busy with our hectic lives to notice that our favorite chocolate bar is now the size of a postage stamp, or that our toilet paper roll requires a PhD in origami to get a decent grip. It's death by 1,000 cuts, except the cuts are to the size of our snacks, and the death is to our wallets. Ah, the convenience store. That beacon of overpriced mediocrity, strategically placed on every street corner to tempt you with its siren song of sugary drinks and questionable hot dogs. We've all been there, stumbling in at 2 a.m., desperate for a gallon of milk or a bag of chips that will inevitably cost twice as much as it would at a regular grocery store. But hey, it's convenient, right? But what if I told you that convenience comes at a price? And I'm not just talking about the dent in your wallet. I'm talking about the hidden convenience tax. Those sneaky surcharges lurking in the aisles like a pack of teenagers trying to buy beer with a fake ID. You see, convenience stores are masters of disguise, experts at making you feel like you're getting a good deal while simultaneously fleecing you blind. Take, for instance, the concept of location-based pricing. It sounds innocuous enough, right? But what it really means is that you're paying a premium for for the privilege of buying a can of soda 3 blocks from your apartment instead of walking an extra 5 minutes to the supermarket. Apparently, convenience is a commodity, and like all commodities, it's subject to the whims of supply and demand. And don't even get me started on the quick service surcharge. You know, that extra fee you get slapped with for having the audacity to want your overpriced coffee and stale pastry in a timely manner. It's like they're punishing you for not wanting to spend your entire morning loitering in their fluorescent-lit purgatory. And let's not forget about the fresh food markup. I use the term fresh very loosely here, as most convenience store food has the shelf life of a plutonium atom. But the real kicker is the express lane fee. You know, that little nugget of absurdity they charge you for the privilege of waiting in a slightly shorter line. It's like paying extra for the privilege of being slightly less inconvenienced. It's genius, really. They've managed to monetize impatience, turning our collective need for instant gratification into a cash cow. Look, I get it. Sometimes you need a gallon of milk at 3 a.m., or you're simply too lazy to walk an extra block to the supermarket. But let's be honest with ourselves. The convenience tax is nothing more than a sneaky way for these stores to exploit our desperation and laziness. So the next time you're tempted to pop into your local convenience store, ask yourself, is it really worth the price? The smart home, a beacon of technological advancement, where your fridge can order groceries, your thermostat adjusts itself, and your lights obey your every voice command. It's the future, baby. Except, like most futures, it comes with a hefty price tag. And I'm not just talking about the initial investment in all those shiny gadgets. Oh no, my friends, we're talking about the tech tax trap. Those smart devices aren't just smart enough to make your life easier. They're also smart enough to drain your bank account one sneaky fee at a time. Take those IoT device subscriptions, for example, because apparently, knowing when your laundry is done is a premium feature. Who knew? And don't even get me started on the smart appliance maintenance fees. It's like owning a car, but instead of taking it to a shady garage, you're at the mercy of some tech giant and their army of virtual repairmen. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, you stumble upon the wonderful world of connected device surcharges. Because, you see, having your devices talk to each other isn't just a technological marvel. It's also a fantastic opportunity to squeeze some extra cash out of you. Now, I know what you're thinking. But John, all these features are so convenient. Surely that convenience is worth a few extra bucks. And you know what? You're right. Convenience is a beautiful thing. It's also a very profitable thing, especially for companies that have figured out they can nickel and dime us for every little bit of it. Take premium feature unlocks, for example. It's like buying a car with half the seats bolted shut and then being charged extra to unlock them. And the worst part is, these hidden tech taxes are often disguised as optional subscriptions or upgrades. So, you're tricked into thinking you have a choice, when in reality, you're slowly being bled dry by 1,000 tiny cuts to your bank account. It's death by 1,000 subscriptions, my friends. But hey, at least your fridge can tell you the weather, right? As long as you've paid your monthly weather forecast access fee, that is. It's enough to make you want to go off the grid, live in a cabin in the woods, and communicate through smoke signals. But then, knowing our luck, they'd probably find a way to monetize smoke signals too. Premium Smoke Signal Package. Get your messages seen faster with our exclusive Smoke Boost feature. Now, let's talk about a subject near and dear to all of our hearts, healthcare, or, more specifically, the absurdly high cost of healthcare in this country. We all know it's a problem, but what we might not realize is just how much of that cost is hidden in a labyrinth of fees and charges. We're talking about the healthcare hideaway, folks, a place where common sense goes to die and medical bills multiply. Getting sick in America isn't just a health crisis, It's a financial one too. And the worst part is, you often don't know how bad it's going to be until you see the bill. It all starts innocently enough, with a visit to the doctor. You pay your copay, see the doctor, get a prescription. All seems fairly straightforward, right? But then the bills start rolling in, and they're not just from your doctor. Oh no, my friends, you've entered a whole new dimension of billing. There's the facility fee, of course, because apparently, the pleasure of sitting in a sterile room with flickering fluorescent lights is worth a couple $100 on its own. And let's not forget the administrative fees. You know, for the privilege of having someone file your paperwork, answer the phone, and generally keep the lights on in the billing department. And then there are the processing charges, because apparently, processing a credit card payment in the 21st century is akin to splitting the atom. It requires specialized equipment, highly trained technicians, and a hefty fee tacked onto your already astronomical bill. And just when you think you've seen it all, you get hit with the electronic health record charge. Because, you see, storing your medical information digitally isn't just convenient and efficient. It's also a fantastic opportunity to squeeze a few more bucks out of you. It's like paying rent for your own medical history. And don't even get me started on the jargon. The medical billing industry loves its jargon. It's like they intentionally make it as confusing as possible so that you just throw your hands up in defeat and pay whatever they ask. But hey, at least you're not alone. We're all in this together, folks. United in our confusion, frustration, and crippling medical debt. It's enough to make you want to start a GoFundMe every time you get a sniffle. So, there you have it. The hidden taxes, the sneaky fees, the underhanded charges lurking in the shadows of our everyday lives. From the moment you order your morning coffee to the second you turn on your smart lights, someone, somewhere, is finding a new and creative way to pick your pocket. But here's the good news. Knowledge is power. And now that you're aware of these hidden costs, you can start to fight back. Scrutinize those bills, question those fees, and don't be afraid to make a fuss. Because if we all start demanding transparency, maybe, just maybe, these companies will finally get the message. Hit that subscribe button to join the fight against hidden fees. Like this video to support more content that helps you save. Because together, we can shine a light on these shady practices and take back control of our wallets.